Welcome to Sports Talk.
Hello, welcome. I'm Nick.
I'm Mike.
From Top Notch Sports. And today we're going to be going over the Atlanta Falcons draft grade. Now, look, there were some ups, there were some downs, there were some highs, there were some lows. All around, blah, blah, blah. Let's just get this thing underway. Mike, Atlanta, man, coming in with Arthur Smith, trying to rebuild this franchise a little bit. Not rebuilding, retooling. Matt Ryan's still here. Julio Jones is gone. Bringing in Kyle Pitts and stuff. Let's hop right into it, Mike. What's your opinion on Kyle Pitts?
Well, the Kyle Pitts pick was the safest pick you can go. I mean, he's arguably the best prospect in this draft, best overall prospect. The guy is a freak of nature. He's one of the best tight ends I've ever scouted. So I am very excited for Kyle Pitts, but I would have liked to see them keep Julio Jones just to have those two guys on the field at one time. So I don't know what to expect from Atlanta this year. I don't think they're going to be great. I'm sorry, Atlanta Falcons fans. I don't think you're going to be bad, so I don't necessarily think you'll have the fourth pick again. But I think the Kyle Pitts pick was definitely the right pick. This guy he is a phenomenal tight end. He can line up as a wide receiver. He can do it all. He is a generational talent at the tight end position. So you got the first pick correct.
Yeah, which, I mean, again, it was probably pretty hard to screw up this pick. I mean, He falls in your laps. You have to take the best player on the board. And Atlanta was in a position where they kind of could have used a tight end. Look, Kyle Pitts, the very first note I wrote down was, he's not a kid, but a man who robs a ball out of the air. That's the first thing I saw when I watched this guy's film. He will grow up and use his 6'6" body to get the ball out of the midair. He's too fast. He is super fast for his size, has a large body, and can catch a ball in traffic over someone or on the sideline. This guy is going to be a very special receiving tight end. His run blocking and his pass blocking seemed okay. Nothing too special. I didn't watch a lot of his blocking ability. Look, this one was hard to screw up. Number one tight end on the board. I grade this one number one prospect, in my opinion, on the board. I'm giving this one an A+, is without a doubt. I mean, that's my pick on this one. Let's go right to the second one. We got Richie Grant, safety. What's your opinion on this?
This pick was a reach, in my opinion. I think there were better safeties available with the 40th pick in this draft. Richie Grant fell out of my top 10. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be any good. Now, just because how me and Nick rank him, that doesn't mean anything. You got to fall into the right system. You got to have the right role on a team. You never know what can happen. But from when I saw Richie Grant, I didn't think he was great in coverage when I scouted him. I thought he lacked, especially in the man coverage position. I thought he lacked that tremendously. I did think he was a good tackler, willing to lay out, make a big play. He hits pretty hard, but I did not think he was great in coverage whatsoever. And that's what's going to scare me, because the Falcons defensively aren't probably going to be that good. I don't think they're going to get to the quarterback well. So if you're going to draft guys in the second round that are not great in coverage to begin with, give them more, and the quarterback has time, I think they're going to be in for a rude awakening.
You know, I just can't believe they took Richie Grant over people like Trayvon Merrick, who was most people's. I mean, it was my number one. It was your number two. They took my 9th ranked safety and Richie Grant over my number one, my number 3, my number 4, my number 5, my number 6, 7, 8. And again, that's just my rankings, right? That's as a prospect, pure talent. What do I think? Again, as you said, it all depends on what system they go in, right? They can thrive in the system. The only notes I wrote on Richie Grant, and it was very short, I said, good at covering in zone schemes, can come up and make some good tackles. And when you say can't cover man, well, I literally, in my notes, I didn't write anything about man. So that clearly means that in the film that I watched, he was good in his zone schemes. Now, look, that's all I have written down. I don't really remember a lot about him. I can go back and look at my little detailed notes. And if you want to see a more in detail description of this guy when I knew more about him after studying him, go back and watch my safety video. Mike has his rankings on our Instagram. You can go watch them as a pure prospect. Coming to Atlanta, we'll see how he's used. But again, I'm not expecting a lot. He was my 9th ranked safety. I can't believe that they took him over people like Trayvon Merrick, who I think was a 4-short hit who went to the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm kind of shocked. And there was a few other guys, Caden Stearns, Andre Cisco. I'm just shocked that they would go with Richie Grant over some of these other names. So I give that one a D+. And let's move right on to the next pick, Jalen Mayfield. Go ahead.
All right, now I don't know where you had Jalen Mayfield ranked among your offensive tackles. This is another guy that is not high for me. Falls out of my top 10. I think this pick is a reach also. When I watch tape on Jalen Mayfield, I notice I don't think he's an elite athlete. I don't think he's the most athletic guy. He does not exactly look phenomenal on the field. He doesn't look smooth in anything he does. Not the fastest guy whatsoever, but he is strong. He plays hard. He's a solid, reliable pass protector. At least he was in college. I don't know what it'll look like at the NFL level because I truly do think he lacks athletic ability and speed. I was not a huge fan of this pick either. I think I don't remember who else was available. Nick, do you know off the top of your head the tackles that were available in the third round?
There was some. I'll look right now. I'll
ones that even you had ranked higher here.
Oh yeah.
Available. So again, I'm not a fan of the pick. I think you probably could have gotten him later, but I mean, maybe the Falcons know something we don't know. But again, this wouldn't have been my go-to guy here.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I'm looking right now. I think I might have had Spencer Brown ranked above. I'm trying to see who was taken afterwards. I think I probably had Spencer Brown ranked above him. James Hudson's another one from Cincinnati.
Yep.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. All right, not a fan. He was my 9th ranked offensive tackle. In film, he only played right tackle, so hopefully that's where they're using him. They probably will. The number one thing I said was he was actually a good run and pass blocker on the film I watched. I said I like how he was able to seal off his defenders to open up the run game. So he was really good run run blocker. And did you say you saw more pass blocking, did you say?
Yeah, I thought he was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if Mike's saying good pass and I'm saying good run, then he might be an all-around pretty decent blocker, right? But literally the next line that Mike literally mentioned in his thing that I mentioned as well is, I said, not the fastest or most agile player available, but in the pass game, if he gets his hands on the defender, which he does often, he's going to do a good job blocking them. And that's what I wrote about him. This grade, I gave it a B+. He was my 9th ranked offensive tackle. He plays right tackle in college. I never saw him line up in left, so hopefully they're using him as right tackle. But overall, again, I don't really remember who else was available. I gave it a B+ at the time, so it must have been pretty good value. It couldn't have been horrible value, but I did give it a B+. He was my 9th ranked tackle. And tackles, Mike, you and I both know, a lot of them did fly off the board, so there probably wasn't a lot. I know James Hudson was taken afterwards. I know Spencer Brown was taken afterwards. I'll have to see where I ranked them real fast. I actually checked that real fast to see where I had them ranked, if they were over him or not. Spencer Brown, I actually had ranked below him. And James Hudson, I had ranked above him. So one guy above, one guy below. They got taken a little bit afterwards. Not a bad value pick, in my opinion. Just, again, I gave it a B+. He was one of the better guys available if they use him at right tackle.
Position here, too. Like, I don't necessarily think that was the right pick.
Yeah. All right, next pick, Darren Hall. Know anything about him?
No.
Neither. Taekwon Graham?
Don't believe so.
All right, Adekombo Ogundeji.
No.
I do know this guy. I just got this guy. He was my 15th ranked lineman. Okay.
All right, Avery Williams.
15th, right? Well, I don't know any. Let me get because I know a little bit about this guy, so I can go a little bit for you guys. Look, the only thing I literally said about this guy is has a few moves to beat linemen. He does a good job getting pressure on the quarterback. So he may be that guy, and I could be totally wrong. Okay, I don't remember a lot off the top of my head. Now we're a few months out of the draft, but he's an edge rusher. And the one thing I noticed is that he has a few moves that he can use to get off the edge to get to the pass rush. I mean, to get to the quarterback, to pass rush, right? So he could be that pass rushing specialist, possibly come in on 3rd and 4th down, maybe, get some pressure. 5th round value. Know this guy kind of reminds me of? Maybe I'm just because, again, I'm a Raiders fan, so I'm thinking 5th round Raiders pass. Mad Max Crosby, right? Comes in, pass rush. If he can do anything like that and just come in on 3rd down and get to the quarterback, have any value at all whatsoever, they list him as an outside linebacker. I saw him coming off the edge. We'll see what happens. But again, if he can do the main thing that I wrote down on this film, he can get after the passer. If you can do that a little bit, I'll be happy. I gave this pick a C+. Do you know anything about Avery Williams?
No.
Or how about Frank Darby?
No. Nope.
All right. So that's all for the Falcons. Mike, what's your grade on the Atlanta Falcons draft? Now, we only draft who we know. So we're not going to draft the guys we don't know. What's your, grade the guys that you don't know? What's your grade on them?
I got to be, okay, so they took Kyle Pitts. Love that pick. Absolutely love it. But then I think, you can't really mess it up. If you would have messed that up, I'd be giving you a terrible grade. So I wonder
if I should give a grade first because I got mine down. So we'll say what yours is.
Too.
Go ahead. I know. And we had the same thing again. I swear this isn't rigged. Go ahead.
The Falcons deserve a B- here.
my! This is nuts. Oh, I should literally zoom into my screen. Yep, I have it. All right, keep going.
I have a B minus here because I love the Kyle Pitts pick. The Richie Grant pick, don't like at all. The Jalen Mayfield pick I can live with, but I'm not a huge fan of it. And then after that, it's just a lot of guys that we didn't scout. So we're mostly just looking at the first few picks. So, I mean, I love Kyle Pitts. Don't like Richie Grant. I think they earned a B minus. I do, because I think they could have done better. I think they could have taken somebody else in the second round. I think they could have taken somebody else in the third round. But you got to give the respect to Kyle Pitts that pick deserves. So.
Yeah, so mine fell right in between a B minus and a B, and I said I lean more towards a B minus, and that's why I wrote down on my paper B minus, on my screen on my Excel sheet B minus. It was a 7.5, so I could that's literally dead middle. 7 is a B minus, 8 is a B. 7.5. I said it looked more like a B minus. Again, like Mike said, you got the best guy on the board. That's a fantastic. But then you really reach on Richie Grant. You take Jalen Mayfield and you're going to plug him in, hopefully at right tackle. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see. And then you draft an edge rusher, Adiko Odenjobi. I mean, great. Or Odendenji, great. I mean, we'll see what happens. But overall, I was not a huge fan of this draft. It's not the worst draft so far. So far, my worst draft that we've done so far on a video to this point has been the Niners for me. I give them a C+. Jaguars B+, Jets B, Niners C+. Now Falcons B-. So this ranks, right now we would rank third out of the 4 that we did.
Hey, Nick, I'm interested to see who takes the crown this year for worst draft.
Me too. And right now,
Packers, I gave him a D- because it was an absolutely horrendous draft. We still haven't seen the guy that took in the first round. So.
Yep. So we'll wait and see what happens. But guys, that's all. If you guys want to hear us again, debates coming, coaching grades coming for your guys' new coach, Arthur Smith. You might want to be around for that, and we'll see what happens. But that's all from Top Notch Sports. We'll see you guys soon. Peace. We are
Built Better.
See you guys soon. Peace.